So besides doing it, I don't know if you call it the hard way, the mathematical way, like I just showed you, where 1/8 of an inch on both sides, all 4 sides, means you add 1/4 of an inch all around. In Photoshop, we could do it another way. We could say, okay, this is going to be a print, and it is going to be 7.875 inches by 10.4375, because we did the math, and 0.4375 is what 7/16 is, and 0.875 is what 7/8 is. So that's what we want to make our document, and we say create. So here's our document. This is the trim size. This is actually what we see. Another thing to note when you're designing is what they call safe zones, and those are 1/8 of an inch inside of this, meaning you would never want to have your type wedged right up to the edge like that, because if their cutter is off by just a smidge, it's going to cut off the letter D, right? What you want to do is have all of your graphics, all of your type, well, not your graphics because they tend to bleed off if that's your intention, but you don't want words to get cut off. So a good rule of thumb is to have those be 1/8 of an inch in from that safe zone at least. So here's a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch. I'm just looking at my ruler and eyeballing it. So that's the safe zone. I'd want to keep stuff inside of there, just so it doesn't accidentally get cut off. But now what I want to do is I'm just going to put my rules around the very edge of this, just to show you this is our true document size, the one that the magazine wants when they cut down. Do you guys remember way, way, way long ago, probably one of the first weeks, we talked about image size and canvas size and how they're 2 different things? The image size is this first one we did, but now we could say, let's change the canvas size. So we could go to image, canvas size, and here's the hard way where we would type in our math numbers, or we could go easy and say, you know what, on a relative basis, I want you to add 0.25, it's not a 2, 0.25 to the height and to the width, and I want you to spread it equally top, bottom, left, and right, and say okay, and look at that. We now have a document that makes sense to us. Our guidelines are there for us. That's where it's going to be cut. So our color needs to extend off so that the blades can come down on these lines and cut it off. But we didn't have to do a lot of thinking. And then if we wanted to confirm all of this, we could now do image, image size, and we could look at it, and look what it did. It added those numbers, because when you add these, the actual number is 8.125, and when you add these, it's 10.688. Is that what it says? Those are the numbers I came up with when I rounded. So trim size plus bleed twice. Trim size plus bleed equals 8125 by 10666. That's what you got. So it's important, I think, that you always understand the math and really know what's going on, because here you could have said, I'm going to add 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to add 0.125. You have to double it even when you're doing this relative addition to it, because it splits it between the top and the bottom when you have your proxy point in the middle. Okay, so if we came back and said image, image size, actually I'm going to cancel, I'm going to do image, canvas size, and we did relative, and we said we wanted 1 inch added. It's going to add it, because our proxy is in the middle, it's going to split that 1 inch equally top, bottom, left, and right. So it's going to go half, 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 half. That's what we want, right? If we had our anchor point anywhere else, it would hold it tight at the top, and it would put all 1 inch at the bottom. And in this case, it would put half of it to the left and half to the right. So it's important to remember whatever number you put here, it's going to split that, so it needs to be your double version. It can't just be the 1/8, it needs to be the 2/8 that you're adding to the canvas. Okay? Some of you came really close and added 1/8. Some of you, frankly, got lazy and clicked on the button to make an 1117 document and started making your magazine as an 1117 without even thinking that there were specific sizes for it. Okay? Does that clear up that? Does that make more sense to everybody? Okay, awesome. How do you guys think you did overall on it then?